You heard it right here. You will see that this man talking to you right here is a fountain of ball knowledge. I am a genius. Every single one of these is going to come true. On Ja. They won't. They absolutely fucking won't. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And it's been a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, I got lazy and I got pretty caught up with school, so I haven't really been uploading as much as I wanted to. However, we are back and gonna be uploading a lot more frequently as it's almost time for the World Cup. And I'll tell you what, I'm actually super excited. It's my first time watching, being interested in football when there's a World Cup going on. It's in the winter. We got a Christmas World Cup. It's just vibes, and I'm so excited for it. It's 15 days away. 15 motherfucking days until I believe it's Ecuador, Qatar. Is that the first game? I think it's Ecuador and Qatar. And then the next day, England, Iran, 7 a.m. Gonna be up for that. I'm just really excited for this World Cup. And for my first video back, I thought it would be pretty fitting to do a World Cup 2022 predictions. Just because I saw this thing courtesy of the Collin channel, who I absolutely love. His content's incredible. He did this, and I just thought I would do it as well because it's a pretty good site, and it's well made, everything. It's by The Telegraph, which I don't know UK politics, but I think that they're like this. I don't know. So I wanted to get my predictions out there and, just see how things go. I'm interested to see how this is going to turn out. I think this is going to be a pretty interesting tournament. There's a lot of injuries going into it that are pretty big. I just saw Messi actually has an Achilles heel injury, which is pretty devastating for Argentina. So there's a lot of things to consider. And let's get started with Group A. Qatar, Ecuador, Senegal, and the Netherlands. I think this is pretty easy. I think Netherlands and Senegal are at an easy first and second, but I'm not sure which is which. Senegal has a lot of good players, obviously, and most notably Sadio Mane, who is having a pretty good season for Bayern Munich. I don't know if he's on pace with how he did for Liverpool last season, but I see him quite a bit. I don't follow the Bundesliga as much as I should. And the Netherlands, they have a lot of good players. Virgil van Dijk, De Ligt. Okay, I think Netherlands have to go first. How are we doing this? Oh, right. And then Senegal, Ecuador, and let's just be honest, Qatar is going to come crashing out. They're not going to beat any of these teams. Qatar's going to end on 0 points. Many goals conceded. Double-digit goals conceded for Qatar. I guarantee it. But yeah, I think this is pretty easy. Ecuador, it's almost kind of unfair because I think that they could have a better shot if they were in a different group, but Netherlands and Senegal are just clear. Moving on to Group B, England, Iran, USA, and Wales. Now, this is a very interesting group for me personally as an American who doesn't even support the US because we're dog shit. I might get some flack for this. However, I think that this is also pretty cut and dry. England, I just out of these countries, England are so easily the favorite. And I don't know, Wales, they have what? They have Gareth Bale, they have Dan James, they have... Who else does Wales even have? Yeah, they got Brennan Johnson, Kiefer Moore, they've had a few goals for their respective squads. Kiefer Moore, I think... Did he bag 2 last week? I think he did. Or he may have got a goal and an assist last week. I don't know. I remember seeing his name. Got Nico Williams for Forest. He's been okay, but he's at Forest, so it's hard to really gauge. I don't think Wales can come second in this, just off the back of Gareth Bale and Dan James, because you can only carry him so far. But who does the US have? Pulisic, Brendan Aronson, the other American at Leeds. What's his name? I don't know. Tyler Adams for Leeds as well. I think Reina has an injury, I'm pretty sure, but I don't keep up with the Bundesliga as much as I really should. I don't know. It's hard because I think that they're all kind of equally bad. I think USA are going to come second just because I kind of have to back them, especially if I'm putting England first. Then Wales and Iran. That's pretty straightforward. I don't think that that's really going to be too contentious. Maybe you put Wales second just for, like, I don't know, if you're European, maybe some bias there. I have American bias. I don't expect them to come first by any means, but second place would be nice. It would be nice for us to go through, but I don't think. Group C. This is where things are going to get interesting, except for you. The Saudis are 110% coming fourth. But Argentina, Mexico, and Poland are all very, very interesting. Now, obviously, Argentina are looking like they're the heavy favorites going into this, but Messi is injured. They have Dybala, they have Di Maria. The last time I saw them play was against Italy in the Finalissima, that was at Wembley for some reason, wasn't it? I don't know. I just remember watching that game in the summer, and Argentina just pieced them apart, were just devastating and clinical, and I think that they'll carry that into the World Cup. They have a very, very good squad all around. So Argentina, I think, definitely are going to come first, and I think Poland have a lot to prove going into this, because I'm pretty sure they didn't perform very well at all in the Euros, if memory serves me correctly, and I think this is going to be their last chance for Lewandowski more than anything to really be able to prove himself in this team. So I think Poland are going to come second, Mexico third, Saudi fourth. Group D, another group that I think is easier to predict than it isn't. However, there's a couple things that can kind of play to the disadvantage of France especially, and that's the fact that there's a lot of injuries for their team right now. They should be the easy favorites for this group, and I think they still will be. They should go first realistically in this group, but I think they're missing Kante, Pogba's out, and then you also have Varane, Fofana. The list just goes on and on for their injuries, and especially compared to some of the other sides, they have it pretty rough going into this, but I don't think that's going to be enough, because obviously, let's just be honest here, they have Kylian Mbappe and Karim Benzema. That in and of itself is enough to just propel them through the group stages, if we're being honest. So for that, they have to go first. And then I think it's just kind of easy here. Denmark second. I don't know much about Australia and Tunisia. I'm pretty sure the last thing I saw about Australia was there was that goalkeeper who, I think jumped or threw his gloves or did something crazy in goal. I can't remember what it was specifically. If I can find the clip, I'll throw it in here. But that's what it was. The Australian goalkeeper found the notes or whatever, the instructions from the other team that they were playing against, and he just ripped them up or something. And I kind of rate that a little bit. So I'm going to put them third just over Tunisia, because there's no real reason. I just kind of rate the fact that their goalkeeper did that. We're here for vibes. We're here for vibes. We're not here for deep tactical analysis. This isn't James Lawrence Alcott. Go over to him if you want to talk about XG and XA and all those bullshit stats. They're probably not bullshit. I'm just not educated. Group E. España. Costa Rica, who I definitely didn't... Oh, dear. Oh, no. Well, that may not hold true. Germany and Japan. Now, this is actually a pretty good group as well. However, I don't think Mr. Costa Rica will be going first. I'm going to put them, just spoiler alert, I think Costa Rica are going to come third. Germany are another side who have a lot of injuries. I think Spain have a couple as well. Spain, I don't believe, have that many injuries as a side, and I think that that's going to inspire a lot of confidence in them, that a lot of the other countries in the group stages are not going to be really as strong as they could be. And Germany, their biggest thing especially, Timo Werner is 100% out. I don't remember exactly what happened. I'm pretty sure it was something with his ankle, and it wasn't very good. I believe I read something like 2 months out or something like that for his injury, and that's going to be a big, big blow, because he was just picking up form for Leipzig as well. I feel bad for him. I like him. I don't know why. He's a fun character, and I feel quite bad that he's going to miss out. And because of that, Spain... What's happening here? Oh, no. Spain first, Germany second. What in the hell? And Japan fourth. Japan, their best thing is their kit. Let's be honest. Group F. Belgium, Canada, Morocco, and Croatia. Oh, I've done it again. Fuck me. Okay. Well, again, this won't hold very true, but the biggest thing that I want to mention is that literally today, Alphonso Davies got sent off, or not sent off, came off with a pretty bad looking injury. I'm pretty sure it was something with his hamstring, I read. And that's a big, big blow to Canada because they don't really have a lot of stars. If you think of Canada, you kind of think of Alphonso Davies and then you kind of struggle to think of anything else. And that's a big impact for them. At Belgium, I think you just 100% have to put them first. No contest in any way at all. And honestly, Croatia might actually come second now. They were a pretty decent side. I remember we played them. England played them. I believe that was our first or third game. I don't remember if it was Croatia first and then Scotland, Czech Republic, or if it was Czech Republic, then Scotland, Croatia. They were a pretty half-decent side, if memory serves. I think we drew 1-1. That might be wrong, but I do remember playing against Croatia and them looking pretty decent. They have a good squad as well. A lot of those like Slavic countries, I don't know if Slavic's the right term, like the Balkan nations. Again, that might be generalizing. I don't know if Croatia actually is, but that's what I think of when I think of Croatia. That might just be dumb American, like not having knowledge of geography, but a lot of those nations, they kind of get down, and I kind of rate them. Because of Alphonso Davies, I think Canada will be third, and Morocco are just going to be fourth. No contest in any stretch of the imagination. Group G, Brazil, Serbia, Switzerland, and a country whose name that I know. Cameroon. It would be, yeah. It would be Cameroon. And you are not going first, sir. Brazil, obviously another heavy favorite going into this. I think it's hard to not see them as a favorite. Just so many good players. Neymar, Richarlison, Alisson, Ederson. Fucking hell. 2 good goalkeepers. Like, I actually just wanted to go through the Brazil team, and it's just so stacked. The list of players who are just rated is just, it keeps going. It's hard to not have them as favorites for this. Marquinhos, Alex Telles, Rodrigo, Martinelli, who's been crazy for Arsenal. Let's not, disregard him. Jesus, Paqueta, Thiago Silva, Neymar, Rafinha, Vini. So many good players. There's no way Brazil do not come first in this group. I would bet my life savings on it. Not them winning necessarily, but first place in their group, there's genuinely no reality where it doesn't happen. I put everything on that. Let's be honest, there's no shade on Cameroon, but they have Choupo-Moting, and that's about it. As far as I know, they may have some underrated stars that I'm just not aware of, but really Choupo-Moting is the only one that I think has any potential in that Cameroon side. And then it's between Serbia and Switzerland. Switzerland have some good players. Granted, Xhaka has been playing super well this season, actually. I've been watching a lot of Arsenal besides West Ham games, and he's been looking pretty good. And I think he'll stay good for the Switzerland team. I think he'll want to use that as a place to really show himself on a grander scale. And I think Switzerland are going to come second, Serbia third, Cameroon finishing fourth place, but Choupo-Moting might have some good goals. I think that we'll see a good performance from him, but nothing to carry him through. Now, last, Group H, Portugal, Ghana, Uruguay, and South Korea. Now, South Korea would be going higher if not for the fact that Son just got injured a couple days ago. And I feel quite bad for him because to go out right before a World Cup like that, that's gotta just be the worst feeling ever, especially when you're having an absolute great run of form, Golden Boot winner last season. This was the time for him to be able to prove himself and really show the player that he is to more eyes than people watching Spurs of all teams. It's actually crazy that he's not gone to a better team. Like, why are you still at Spurs? I don't get it, but that's besides the point. But beyond that, you have Ghana, they have Thomas Partey, who has been pretty good for Arsenal this season. Overall, scored an absolute banger against Forest last weekend. And overall, been putting in a pretty pretty good performance, let's be honest. But beyond that, it's hard to say. Because it's really a contest between Portugal and Uruguay. And I think Portugal will come first just because of the fact that I think Cristiano Ronaldo needs to prove himself. He needs this for his ego. I don't know if the shit that he's pulled at United this season has just been kind of annoying. I don't like him. His ego is fucking here, and the way he's been playing the last season and a half is fucking here. Like, it doesn't warrant the way he's been acting, and I just don't like it. It's pretty fucking childish from a 37-year-old man to be acting the way he is, and I mean, there is the fact that it's his last World Cup. Yeah, I don't know. He'll be driven by the fact that he needs to prove it for the sake of his ego more than anything, and that's going to carry him to first place. But they also, beyond Ronaldo, they have a good squad as well, but so do Uruguay. Let's not beat around the bush. Luis Suarez, Edison Cavani, not half bad. I don't know how well he's been doing over in, where'd he go, Valencia? I think he went Valencia. I just remember that clip of that poor fucking girl going, don't leave, don't leave. And then he left like 2 days later or some shit. But Uruguay, second, Ghana third, South Korea fourth. However, if Son was there, they might even be creeping to second place. Now for the fun part, the round of 16. So, in my predicted group stages, the round of 16 would have the first game, Netherlands, USA, easy. Netherlands all day. USA crashing out. Argentina, Denmark again. These are, wow, I've made some easy games that I think are actually going to be they would be pretty entertaining so far. But Argentina, Denmark, it'd be a good match. Argentina comfortably winning. What? Okay, and we're back and on a completely different website because of the fucking Telegraph. Shout out them. I'm not paying you a fucking dollar to use your predictor service just so you can keep charging me every week for your shitty newspaper, bud. Not fucking happening. So we're on the BN website. So we had the Netherlands going through, then Argentina over Denmark, I believe we said. England versus Senegal. A very good game on paper. I think England barely scraped through against Senegal. France, Poland, another super good game on paper. France are going to go through again. France are going through again, which is crazy for the fact that I said that they had a pretty injured squad. I think versus Poland, they really do. 100% they go through. Spain and Croatia. Ooh. Easy Spain. Not going to lie. Easy Spain. Now, Brazil, Uruguay. That's going to be a absolutely mental game. That has to happen. I would love to see that. But I think Brazil are going to comfortably sweep Uruguay under the table in this game. Now, Belgium and Germany. The battle of the unoriginality in colors. Belgium or... I don't know. They have a good squad on paper, but can they quite do it? Can they make it to the quarterfinals? Do they have it in them? Against Germany, I don't think they do. Germany are going to be making through the quarterfinals. Last but not least, Portugal, Switzerland, Portugal. Easy decision here. Now, this is where it's going to get pretty tough. Netherlands, Argentina. I like that. Now, the Netherlands, they actually have a good little bit of injuries as well. Memphis Depay is not looking great. And I know I talked about Virgil van Dijk, but has his form really been that good this season? I've not watched as much Liverpool as I should, but I've heard some complaints about him. I think that Argentina are just going to have such an overwhelming just presence on this team. But then again, Dybala's out, and Di Maria's not looking great either, if I remember right. I think Argentina are going to comfortably sweep away the Netherlands, if I'm honest. But I think it'll be a good game nonetheless. Now, Spain versus Brazil is another incredible game. Will Spain be able to do enough to halt Brazil? Will we see Brazil, Argentina in the finals? That's what a lot of people are saying. Will Spain be able to do enough to stop the Giants in their path? No, they can't. Brazil are going through. However, I don't think these men... No, they can't play each other in the final. That's unfortunate. At least not in my predictions. So, that sucks. England versus France. Yeah, I back England all the way on that shit. I don't know if it's arrogant arrogant English, thinking that we're going to go to the semis like it's no big deal. But in this, I think I've given England a pretty easy run in my own, predictions list as it was. Just by choice, I think that Senegal is probably a tougher game at the moment. Or am I chatting shit? Because they do have... I just don't like Mbappe. I just don't want them to win. I just fucking hate Mbappe. That's really what it is. That's why I hope England beat France. Fuck Mbappe. But they might still beat us. But fuck Mbappe. And Germany, Portugal? Whoo. I think with a game like this, it comes down to what I said before. This is Ronaldo's last opportunity to prove himself. He's lost the faith of a lot of Man United fans. He's lost a lot of just neutrals even. Ego is at an all-time high with not much to back it up. This is going to be the thing that's going to really fuel him and give him some credibility where a lot of people are going to go, look, he did this in the World Cup. Doesn't matter what happened at United. These are the results that really matter. This is going to be where he's going to actually show up and prove himself as a world-class striker. This is going to be an insane game, and Portugal are going to take it through to the semis off the back of Ronaldo to prove himself as, once again, a top-tier striker. And I'm saying that as somebody who doesn't even really like him. The semifinals, the place where it all comes down to, except it actually doesn't because that's the finals. The place before the place it all comes down to. Argentina versus Brazil. I think you can see what's going on here. And it wasn't intentional, however, I've just noticed. And if you have any inclination for anything, I think you know what I'm gonna pick. Because it's just too good to be true. For the simple fact that it's possible for these two to end up at the final. Possibly Messi's 1000th game. To come down to the final. It's just too picture perfect, and I think it's going to happen. I think it just will. Honestly, I really do. It's 100% possible. It's 100% possible, and it's a reality that I kind of want to live in. But this is going to be a game that's going to be absolutely ridiculous. I'm saying 3-3, 4-4. It's going to be a draw. It's going to come down to penalties, and Argentina are going to win on penalties. You heard it right here. You will see that this man talking to you right here is a fountain of ball knowledge. I am a genius. Every single one of these is going to come true. On Ja. They won't. They absolutely fucking won't. But I'm backing myself. And because of this, again, as you can imagine, England versus Portugal is a game that I think a lot of people would love to see. Me personally, very, very entertained by this prospect. Not just for the sake of us being in the semifinals, but for the fact that we're going against Portugal, a team that historically very, very, very good. But, it's a big but. Can they make it through the finals against an England team? An England team containing none other than Declan Rice. The number one midfielder in the entire world. A man who can walk into any side. Will Portugal be able to do enough against an England side featuring the likes of Harry Kane, Harry Maguire? We're fucked. There's no shot. Portugal just win. Just because that fucking refrigerator is going to be starting on our team. And I know he will. We could make it to the final. And Gareth Southgate could look at Harry Maguire. A man who has barely played for United this season. A man who resembles a fucking refrigerator. A man who could inspire confidence in literally no one. A natural-born failure. Harry Maguire. And he'll still start him in the final. But beyond the fact that Harry Maguire just exists and that simple fact brings down the England squad just 10 levels just by default, we don't really have a lot of players fit at the moment. Ben Chilwell's actually just gone out on crutches for Chelsea. Saka had a pretty looking injury. I don't know if he's fully fit. Kyle Walker, it's not looking good, bruv. And because of that, I think even making it out of the quarterfinals for England is a pretty good accomplishment. I know that, I don't think England fans will be necessarily really happy at all unless Southgate is bringing them a final. Right now, people are still shouting Southgate out weeks before. What the fuck is a manager meant to do if he's brought in just with 2 weeks to prepare before a World Cup of all competitions? Like, we are kind of stuck with Southgate, and as much as I don't really like the way he plays football, I think we have to back him in the fact that he is our manager. He took us to a final, but this is the World Cup. It's not the Euros. We have to be comfortable in accepting the fact that the quarterfinals, like getting to the quarterfinals, is still something to be pretty proud of. Going against teams like this, of this magnitude, with our England squad. If we were fully fit, if everybody was 100% going into this, I think it would be easy to say England could comfortably make the semifinals, if not the finals. But the quarterfinals is where I'm kind of expecting us to be. However, in this simulation, we've had a pretty easy run of things, so I think third place, fourth place is where England is going to come crashing out of this competition, but that's not something to be displeased by at all. So, with that, England, Brazil for third place. Brazil are going to win. For every reason I just said and have been saying throughout this video, Brazil will just destroy England. And fourth place, like I said, not something to be ashamed of. Not at all. Fourth place is pretty good. I'm happy with it. Now the final. It's what everybody wants. It's what destiny has written out in the stars. It's Argentina and Portugal. Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. Two players long held as the greatest of all time. Coming at the end of their career, their last World Cup, their last opportunity to play for their team and showcase their skills on such a grand, brilliant scale. I don't think there could be a better game played out of these groups, out of these players, out of this tournament. It's just what should happen. And I think it's what will happen. But at the end of the day, there has to be a winner. And it's a tough choice to make. In this circumstance, based on these teams, and this squad, in this current climate, Argentina make it through and win the World Cup Qatar 2022. Here are my results. Thank you very much for watching. This video took a lot longer than it should have just because the Telegraph being some cunts. And yeah, honestly, like I said, I'm happy to be back making videos. I want to start doing more. I'm going to start doing more, at least 2 videos per week, and I have some second channel content coming soon. You can subscribe to that. It's going to be down in the comments below. Be sure to check that out. It's going to be some more real life content, less football stuff. I just wanted to say that I'm so excited for this World Cup, and that for it being my first one where I really actually am able to give a shit, where I'm interested in football, where I care about the sport, I'm just so looking forward to it, and I'm going to be putting out a lot of content leading up to it and during it, at least, like I said, 2 to 3 uploads a week, if not more, with the second channel as well. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to this, guys, and I am in for the long run with this, and I hope you guys are too. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and ring that bell. Make sure you're subscribed, get all the notifications. Thank you very much for watching once again, and have a good night. Or day if you're watching this whenever. It's almost nighttime, so yeah, fuck it, whatever.